Well, Sadie, you better make sure that you let that be known in the trading block just in case anyone's not here today. Have a feeling, don't know if Atlanta is going to go after them or not, since they're selling too. Dish, that sounds like a fabulous idea. Hope you are doing well after a little bit of the brouhaha that was happening yesterday, because it felt like in the Discord for a bit, everybody needs a little kung fu fighting. Which explains why you're here for Fluffy Kitty Ninjas too, so. We welcome you all to today's Sunday, slightly delayed edition of the FKN. The daughter had a big rehearsal today. She's been working on this since January. Her and her entire ensemble are getting ready to do a Best of Broadway. That's going Friday and Saturday. They got 3 performances, so they're doing their big setup today, 8 hours long. So, yeah, we kind of bought, everything at Dunkin' Donuts. And happy teenagers with happy bellies equals brownie points for my kid and I, so we'll take it. But with that out of the way, we are ready to do what we love doing around here, is doing some baseball. Streams go better with Dunkin', so I've heard. But funny enough, I'm using their nemesis today. Ye olde Starbucks is what the better half ordered for me on the way back for my good deed of the day.
You jackass!
Hey, don't be mean. Riding lawnmower is therapy for dads. There is so much truth to that.
Let's go while we're young.
Okay. I think we can get this fancy shindig going. What do you say?
Welcome. Come in. Fresh victims for my ever-growing army of the undead.
Sir, you have to let go of the button.
Well, son of a bitch.
We never learn, do we? Sunday, coffee with the commish edition of the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show. We welcome you here, and we hope you are having a great one. Commish LB here with you. Good to see you again if you've never been here before. We hope you are sticking around, and we'll start to check out and say, what is this? Fluffy Kitty Ninjas? Why is a middle-aged man using it? Well, when you let your now 17-year-old, then 11-year-old come up with a show idea when you're going to start considering streaming, and you let them name it, what is a cat crazy kid going to come up with? So Fluffy Kitty Ninjas is what it is. Could have been worse. It could have been called Rainbow Cat World. I'm just letting you know that was the alternative. So I think Fluffy Kitty Ninjas worked just fine, if you ask me anything. I picked up all the baking compass, so hopefully there's still some leftovers for you, but no promises there because, teenagers are like they're a black hole of snacks. Where did I hear that from? They're a snack hole, but you get the idea. So, I am Kamish. Everyone calls me that. My friends will call me LB. My wife is the only one we permit to have call me 4-letter words. So please reserve that right for her, and in the immortal words of that wacky black duck.
Watch your language, bud. We're on the air.
That one. Yeah, him. He loves to... you're okay with Rainbow Cat World. Well, we're going to rebrand, everybody. Welcome to the Rainbow Cat World show. I'm not as fearful of dodging rainbow cats as I am Fluffy Kitty Ninjas. So just letting you know that. We're staying as is, but just letting you know that Rainbow Cat World was once a very likely reality of what this show could have been called. RCW Commish doesn't have the same ring to it. Very true. Very true. RCW Commish is here to see you. Yeah, because I really like the fact that when I enter people's streams for the first time, they'll always call me Commish, but you see that pause. You see that pause, and it was kind of an intent on making that pause happen because I'm testing people. I want to see where people's mindsets are. I want to see, you just think I'm the effing Commish, or, you know, are you curious what that stands for? I mean, you know, apparently there's a lot of people that, you know, that absolutely just think I come into a chat and go, oh, fucker, come back. You know, no, it ain't like that. It ain't like that, but apparently that's what people think. So, anywho, yeah, well, see, that's the test, is to see how many people actually think that I'm just dropping like I'm Duff effing Commish or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? Did your start get shelved? You know what? I was just thinking about that, Coach. I don't know if your start got shelved. I haven't had a chance. Tell you what, Coach. I don't think Hetz is here. He had a family commitment, so that's why we didn't get to see you. But if you go in the Discord, if you're not there yet, Coach, let me do this. Give me 1 sec. This is super easy for me to do. If you're not there yet, let me look. Nope, you're not there. You know what I'm doing right now, Coach? If you go in my Discord, down in the eMLB Sportsnet section, as of this moment, you're now going to see a new channel. It is the Seattle Mariners organization channel, and it will keep you specifically focused on just Seattle-based stuff. So if you go there, you can check it out. I was trying not to give it away too much, but here you are. Guess what? Chicken butt. No, you're actually making your debut this very moment. You're getting ready to do it off camera, if that makes any sense to you. 1 sec, I'm gonna go behind the curtain here because that Arkansas Travelers jersey should be replaced. There we go. Just, you know, again, going behind the curtain, don't want people to see data and stuff, so there you go. There he is. Corbin Co. Crazy Coach is going to be making his eMLB debut, actually, out of town, on the out of town scoreboard. It's an afternoon game, so we'll already know the result on that one prior, as it will be finished. So I'll tell you what, Coach, we'll go right to the out of town scoreboard before we get started. But before we get there, let's look at the standings. So far, Sundays, if you're not knowing our usual schedule, usual schedule, this is a 7-day sim. We're on Saturday, which is day 6 of our sim. We sim Monday through Monday on Sundays. So we've already done 5 days. For more information on what you might have missed thus far today, please join us in the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Discord. Stats Plus, excuse me, completely updates everybody on what has happened prior off camera. If you're here, we love having you here. But if you're really getting into this and you want to know more about the full universe, join us in the Discord. It is the best place for you to get the full immersive effect. And again, for our team players who recently got drafted from the most recent draft, guess what? Rookie League Ball is officially beginning on tomorrow's sim, like a day or two. But this week coming, you will now be able to start following your actual player and see how they're doing. So, all Rookie League Baseball will start, assuming your player has signed. That also kind of helps too, you know? 1 sec, I almost forgot something. Okay, just had to make sure I sent a message out to my friend who I forgot to tell him I was starting late today. That's Serial Killer over in Minnesota. Right, so as you're seeing Red Sox come into this one, we're going to be watching the Orioles here in a moment. Red Sox come into this one 2.5 ahead of the Orioles. They've lost 2 of late, but the Rays, unfortunately, have also lost 4, so they've been losing. And of all teams to lose to, the Oakland Athletics under that new management, the new life. Danny Smith just being on top of things a little bit more. No disrespect to Steve Cox intended. I know he was a busy man. But so far, the organization has been working pretty positively with the change of management thus far. Dr. Spacetime, thank you very much for hitting the follow button. We welcome you to the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show. Quick guide to participating. More just ask. At this point, people will answer questions as best they can for you. There's an eMLB help section as well too, which is more for the GMs, but we encourage anybody that has questions on how eMLB operates to ask them as they need to. Don't be shy. We'll do our best to guide you in, as it's really still, and I'm always going to say this, I say this in my regular line of work of what I do, it's game planning and it's a work in progress. So we will continue to develop that as we go, especially for our community creative players who are getting further down the road and further involved in our universe. In the Central, Tigers are back and strong. White Sox were giving them a scare for a bit, but in the last 10, there's been a 5-game differential. That is the difference in the division thus far. Twins have been playing 500 ball under their new management as well, and 1 game over 500. Royals have suddenly won 4 in a row. Keep an eye on that. Again, we'll be watching the Indians in this game today. They've unfortunately lost their last 6. And we've heard that Jose Ramirez might be available, as he has put a list of which places he will specifically be open to going to. It always is. Good thoughts there, Danny. All right, so in the West, Rangers are holding steady at a 3.5 game lead. The Astros, though, Ben said it best. This sim was backbreaking for the Astros. They have lost 8 in a row. Maybe the only positive that the Astros can take on this is Aroldis Chapman did sign a 1-year, $7.5 million extension mid-sim here. So he will be sticking around another year, and at about a third of the price that Chapman has been paid. He's been paid in the $20 million range, so that has to be big-time success.
Wear a bonnet!
Hey, Evil does not wear a bonnet, but Sean Paxlayer says Dr. Spacetime should. So a bonnet has just been thrown around in the chat, and it lands on Dr. Spacetime. Thank you very much, Sean Paxlayer, for your kindness as always, sir. As always, I make my note so I do not forget to give you guys your proper credit where it is due. Over in the National League East, the Washington Nationals continue to stay ahead, but in a very tight-knit race. And once again, of all teams to expect, you thought it would be the Braves. Well, it ends up being the New York Mets, 2 games back, with the Phillies knocking on the door, 3.5 back as well. Braves have officially said this season's playoff attempts or efforts are over. Meanwhile, the Miami Marlins, unfortunately, kind of that mid-summer swoon that happens. They've been playing some really good ball for the organization, but they have lost 12 in a row. We'll keep an eye on that as well. In the Central, that is not a mistake. That is the Chicago Cubs have completely come from out of nowhere, we gotta say. And the Cardinals, both Cubs and Cardinals, go into today's action tied in the National League Central. This just got interesting. What does Jim Ross say best? Business is about to pick up, indeed. Brewers are 5.5 back, but they've been treading of late, winners of 3 of their last 10. Pirates kind of cooled off a little bit, still a game under 500, and playing 500 ball of late. Reds probably are happy with the effort, better late than never, winners of 8 of their last 10, but they are still very much out of it. In the West, it's the only one that's pretty much academic, although the Diamondbacks are trying to make it interesting against the Padres here of late. Diamondbacks have won their last 5. They now find themselves 2.5 back in the wild card to this point.
Evil does not
Wear a bonnet!
Hey! Sean's gifting again, and this one is landing on Chad's character. So I'll make the note to give Compass the half boost later. Type boss, let's unleash Fluffy indeed. Let's get Fluffy out there early and often today while we get going. let's get to some baseball, shall we? Action on today's Saturday. It's a Sunday, but we're doing Saturday, July 26, 2025. Trading deadline is upon us. Fair amount of trades already taking place. And again, I've only broadcasted a couple of them. Very shortly, I will be announcing the next trades after the sim, so they'll already be done, but I will be announcing the trades. And again, in our Discord is the best place to get the eMLB Sportsnet opinion, me playing that particular character, on our thoughts on the trade and the parts involved. Today's Saturday broadcast, again, will start in the American League afternoon game. Mariners taking on the Blue Jays. We're going to be watching the start. It is the Major League debut for crazy coaches Corbin Coe. The sinker baller will be getting his first career start with Beau Burrows scheduled to oppose him for the Blue Jays. Mariners are high on the hopes of what Crazy Coach can bring to this pitching rotation. He will show them starting today. Skipped right through AAA ball. He got called up from AA Arkansas here, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. He was 10-10 with a 3.69 ERA. The 21-year-old makes his debut. We'll see how he does in a moment because that game will be done, I assume, by the time we get to our broadcast at 7:05. Afternoon game is interleague action at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx as the Giants are in town taking on the Yankees. Brad Keller is 6-11 on the year with an ERA just north of 5. Fraser Perez opposing him today with an ERA just a smidge under 5. The Yankees 12 games under 500 this year, while the Giants are only 8 games under 500. That is an improvement of late. Again, this is our game of the day. We'll get to this in a moment. Over in Houston, again, Astros have lost 8 in a row. They will try to turn it around against the Angels if there is any last second attempts or last chance attempts for the Astros. It's got to be now here. Still plenty of baseball, though. It's game 97 for the Astros, so 65 left. After this, Jake DeGrom will be on the hill for the Angels. Forrest Whitley will oppose him. Both are sporting near 500 records this season. White Sox will take on the Tigers. Shane Baz on the hill for the Tigers. 2-3 with a 3.62 ERA. Oh, there goes the throat again. Always does it when I do the preview, it seems like. Evan Kruzinski will be battling him. Kruzinski 4-7 with a 5.03 ERA. That is a 7-10 start in Chicago. Red Sox will be in town to take on the Twins. Joe Quintal is your starter. I think it's his major league debut. I believe I can confirm that. Yay, it is. Joe Quintal is a 6th-round draft pick out of Fordham University in 2020. He did pitch a no-hitter against the Orioles in Winter League ball this past season. He will show what he's got tonight also for a major league debut for himself. Down in Kansas City, Kauffman Stadium, you're going to have the Rangers taking on the Royals. Excuse me for a second. I just got to put a screen on so I can see how it looks there. So again, Royals will be taking on the Rangers today at Kauffman Stadium. Clay Holmes is getting the start. The former closer is going to be a starter. Is that correct, Minerva? You can tell me, and I'll wait. I won't wait. I'll move on. But Brett Martin is 10-6, just in case this isn't. Okay, it is. Clay Holmes will get the start. He's just a man about talent, isn't he? Rays will take on the Athletics. Jim Giesler on the hill for the Rays. Daniel Vilches has been probably the better pitcher of the Athletics rotation this season, which is saying a lot when John Duplantier is there. Vilches 4-5 with a 3 ERA. That's a 9.05 start from the Coliseum. Afternoon action in the National League has the Battle of Pennsylvania taking place as Philly will take on Pittsburgh from PNC Park. Willie Whip Sentner, 1.0 player, 3-0 with a 1.66. He's off to a pretty good start in his career. Jamison Tyon will oppose him. The former Pirate is 4-6 with a mid-6 ERA this season. Crazy, I know, but I want to see something. Hey, go for it. That's the NHL game at 4, Flyers Pens today. art imitates life, apparently, or vice versa. Padres will take on the Nationals. Francisco Morales is on the hill for the Pods. Noah Murdoch will oppose him. Murdoch looking for win number 9 this year, while Morales is going for win number 10. That's a 7:05 start at Nationals Park. Marlins have lost their last 12. They'll try to end that against the New York Mets. Better call Saul, because Saul Gonzalez is on the mound for the Mets. He's 5-3 with a mid-3 ERA. Andrew Jenkins, 3-3 with a 4.24 ERA. 7:10 start from South Beach. Brewers will take on the Cubs. Again, Cubs come into this one tied for the NL Central lead right now. Justice Sheffield will try to break that, as he is going for win number 9 this year. Javier Felix will be scheduled for the Brewers from the American Family Clubhouse. Diamondbacks are in Cincinnati to take on the Reds at the Great American Ballpark. Juan DePaula is going to try to lock down win number 10. Lance McCullers still scheduled as the starter. We've been hearing rumor that McCullers may be potentially moving here at the trade deadline. Again, the trade deadline is officially Tuesday, 6 o'clock, so that it is done before we do the Wednesday sim. All adjustments will be made by then. So 6 o'clock is the deadline on Tuesday. I make those trades, and then people submit with their new players, their new situations then. The Cardinals trying to also get back in front of the Cubs. They will host the Dodgers in St. Louis. Tanner Burns will be on the hill. Get one more good start and up that value, says JR. Indeed. Burns is 7-6 with a 3.72 ERA. Grayson Rodriguez, the former Oriole, is 5-7 with a 4.36 for the Dodgers. He'll take on the Cards. Finally, behind the big old noggin. You like the new shirt? I just got it for the Disney trip, but I was like, I'm wearing it today. Braves are taking on the Rockies. Connor Thomas is going to be on the hill for the Braves. Rockies will send Alex Reyes to the hill. 4.04 ERA is pretty respectable for Colorado, all things considered. It's an 8-10 start from Coors Stadium. That is your action around the league for today. Time to get to our game of the day. Let me remove myself for a moment. Bye. Sadie here, I see you, sir. Brendan, don't forget to send me a whisper as well if you don't mind. You can start to put your bets in. As always, feel free to wait, as this is the preview part of things. I believe, Sadie, you're still good with this lineup that you have provided. No last minute change. Okay. Joe Goodman's going to make his 6th career start today. The rookie got his uphill battle for himself, as he's going to be taking on Ethan Knight and the Baltimore Orioles. Nothing like facing the ace early on in your career. Goodman's 6 career starts. We'll talk about him in a moment. Bullpen is completely healthy, so I will save us some time and not go through it. Everybody is at 85% or better in this one. Again, just because we're an hour and a half back, I will save us some time. Let me make some changes here, because the game is trying to mess. Cornelis is down here. Verdugo back into the game. Newkirk is out of the game for today. Austin Romine, the backup, will play in place of Jeff Newkirk. Make sure the lineup looks good. Bush, Verdugo, Bluth, Spence, Belt, Lowe, Lee, Ornelas, and Romine. Okay, we will quickly look at the bullpen situation for Baltimore. Chance Adams, the former Yankee, finds himself mostly in a relief role these days. He's been struggling a bit of late, with the exception of his last appearance on the 12th. He had been giving up runs in his last 3 starts, although he did go 6 innings in all 3 of those. Now back in the pen for this one. Ben Bowden, the lefty, the former Rule 5 pick, now on his 4th year with the Orioles. He's been a pretty steady Eddie, although the run ERA is a run higher this year. Walks are up. The strikeouts are down. Not a good combination for Bowden, but still a respectable enough season, even if his walks and hits are a bit too high. Trevor Hinkle, the 24-year-old from California, last pitched on the 23rd. Got a win.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Well, he almost my new follower. Because I saw it and I, in my old 80s expression, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. But it's see ya, wouldn't want to buy ya? I don't want to buy ya. But welcome. We appreciate you hitting the follow button anyway. Hinkle, 2-0, getting his second win, going 3 2/3 in his last appearance on the 23rd against the Yankees. Yeoman's work earned him the W. He'll be available today after a 53-pitch performance a few days ago. Taylor Widener, on the other hand, probably could still use a little time. He only went 3 1/3, giving up 7 hits, 5 earned runs through 88 pitches in that contest. So might be available, but if he is, got to still think he could use a little extra time or a very short appearance. Jeff Hartlieb, the 31-year-old, has been pretty steady. This is Baltimore. By the way, who's getting the bets? Is it you, Sadier? I never even asked. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, again, this is the betting portion of the show. Yeah, where is Boston coming from? Billy appreciates your confidence that he'll win this game, but that's tough since he's not even in this particular game. So, good try, though, but that's going to be an instant loss. Hartlieb has gotten saves in his last 2 appearances that he has been in, which is good considering that his prior one gave up 4 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning. Still, ERA is under 3. The whip is under 1. It's been a great year for Jeff Hartlieb. Curtis Taylor, the former Cincinnati Red, just 6 innings of work thus far in his time in Baltimore. No save opportunities thus far, but he's looked pretty good for himself through this time. You blame Yuka for the undue Boston influence. Well, it doesn't help that you've got me, a New Englander, who always wears Red Sox and Bruins type gear as well, so you can blame me too. Finally, Blake Wyman. Wyman pitching on the 25th, which was yesterday. He's been a busy little bee here over the last 4 days, appearing in 3 of those days and working almost 5 innings of work in that time. Did get a save in yesterday's broadcast, throwing 25 pitches. He will probably take the day off, but Wyman could still always be available, though the pen situations, if there's a worry, it's if Knight gets taken out early and the pen has to work hard. Advantage Cleveland, at least in the bullpen, since every arm is pretty healthy. I do drink that Boston bathwater, don't I? Even on a non-beer day, you can just imagine it. You can just hear it. And you can just see it. It's all good. All right. So a lot of you have seen the bets already going by. For those of you like, what is going on around here? Here is what's going on. This is the Pete Rose portion of the show. Feel free to bet. What are you betting for? You're betting for balls of yarn. Balls of yarn are the currency of the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show. They are the lifeblood of the eMLB universe. For every 1,000 balls of yarn that you have, you can trade them in. You can get a boost. If you've never had a player created, it will be your way to create a player. There are many ways to create a player. Feel free to ask. I'm just busy right now. Won't be able to really answer too well. But that's the first reason why you bet. For every 1,000 balls of yarn you got, you can trade them in for a boost. For every 5,000 balls of yarn you have, you can hit exclamation MEGA, M-E-G-A, and you can summon Lion-O and the Thundercats to aid your Fluffy Kitty Ninja and get an extra boost. For the price of 5 boosts, we will give you 6. Putting a bet in is easy. Just do it in the chat as you see people do. Pick the team you think's going to win. The number you put is how many runs you think the winning team is going to score. If you put in the right team between now and the end of the first inning, and you are right at the end of the game, you are going to win 75 balls of yarn. You can do a bet in the second inning. That second inning bet, though, will only give you 50 balls of yarn if you are right. Your last chance to bet in today's game will be in the third inning. By the third out of the third inning, you nail the right team, you'll still get 25 balls of yarn. However, you pick the wrong team at any time. We'll even say for Cardinal, who comes in the 8th inning. If you pick the wrong team at any time, you're going to lose. No, we only do it between the betting window. But you'll lose 25 balls of yarn if you pick the wrong side. That number you choose cannot hurt you. It can only help you. You nail the number regardless of team, you're a winner. You get 50 balls of yarn if you nail the number. So if you pick the wrong team, which would cost you 25, but nail the number, you're still 25 balls of yarn ahead. Of course, the perfect day is getting 125 balls of yarn for getting the right team and nailing the number. Loyalty might cost you 25. Ooh. Bet with your gut, not with your loyalty. Today's eMLB game of the day is powered by Out of the Park Baseball 22. Out of the Park Baseball 23 is now out and available. Of course, Perfect Team will come very, very soon for those of you here for drops. Your drops are still good for Perfect Team 22, though. We are a OOTP streamer affiliate as well as a Twitch partner, which we thank you all for making possible. I heard my dragon take a leap. He's done with watching the sun. All right. Percy was right next door. Commish is fueled today by Starbucks. The wife treated me and got me a white chocolate mocha, so it's not the usual home brew. It's the good stuff. So I will be a happy boy. And of course, you're watching this live on the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show, or you may be watching this on a broadcast here on our YouTube channel. If you have not joined our YouTube channel, do so. All you got to do is subscribe. Don't forget, YouTube subscriptions are FREE, free. For the visiting Cleveland Indians who come into this one having lost 6 in a row, they'd like to turn that around. Micah Bello will lead off in left field. The Hawaiian 9-game hit streak just ended. He'll try to start a new one. He does lead the team with 23 stolen bases this year. He'll be in left field. Jose Ramirez, we just heard, might be willing to go lift his no trade clause to specific teams. Third baseman, 7 home runs in July. It's his biggest month of production thus far. The third baseman will bat second in this game. Not a good history against Ethan Knight, 4 for 25. Francisco Lindor, the shortstop, will bat third. He is 1 home run shy of 300, which, like Jose Ramirez, he would join very exclusive company. Only Ramirez and Jim Thome have more home runs in team history. Lindor would become the third in team history to get 300 home runs in a Cleveland uniform. Jake Bauers, the DH, hit in 5 of his last 6. He'll be the DH batting in the cleanup role today. Connor Scott, the center fielder, will bat 5th. Also had a 9-game hit streak just end. He is hitting .366 in the month of July. He'll bat 5th in center field. Bo Naylor is your catcher, batting 6th today. Just a 123 average with 4 RBI in July. He'll try to turn fortunes around here today. Drew Waters, the same in right field, batting 7th. Waters, just a 218 average with 2 home runs. Waters had back-to-back 20 home run seasons with the Braves prior to this. Jacob Gonzalez is your first baseman today. The rookie from California will bat 8th and play first base, normally a second baseman, but he'll be at first in this one. Tyler Freeman, with a 3-game hit streak, will bat 9th over at second base. Joe Goodman, the rookie, will make his 6th career start. 0-1 with a 3 ERA so far to his credit. In his last 3, though, he's 0-1 with a 1.08 ERA, 10 strikeouts in 16 2/3 innings. It's respectable. Not a dominant pitcher, but he has done pretty good to start off his eMLB career. He'll look for his first career win against the Orioles today. For the Orioles, leading off, Michael Busch, hitting in 11 of his last 12, off to a phenomenal season once again. He'll be at second base. This has been an experiment the Orioles have been doing. Keep an eye on that as we go. Not enough, Tranquil. Check the points. And if you had just done anything, that might be why. But the boost command only works if you've got 1,000 balls of yarn at least. Alex Verdugo is batting second, the 2-time National League batting champion, the 2021 National League MVP. 361 average. Next closest batter to him is Pedro Serrano with 333. Verdugo is looking to lock down his 3rd career batting title. He'll bat second in left field today. Buster Bluth, the switch hitting 3rd baseman. Probably the best 3rd base glove in the American League. He will bat 3rd, just had a 4-game hit streak, and he's been hitting 338 in the month of July. The switch hitter will bat 3rd in front of Nick Spence. The New York native has a 3-game hit streak, 305 with 5 homers and 14 runs batted in July. He'll bat in the cleanup role at short. The baby giraffe, Brandon Belt, has a 5-game hit streak with 2 homers and 5 RBI. He will bat 5th over at first today. Nate Lowe will be the DH, batting 6th, also hitting 327 this month. He'll bat 6th. Khalil Lee from Virginia, the 27-year-old, 327 this month as well for him. He'll bat 7th in right field today. Ray Ornelas just got activated before this game today. He was activated after 3 weeks being on the IR with an oblique strain. He is back in center field, batting 8th. Alex Horton got sent back to AAA prior to today's game. Austin Romine, the catcher from Lake Forest, California, the 36-year-old, is a career .231 hitter, but in 2 seasons with Baltimore, he's hitting a career .254. He has loved life in Baltimore. He will be batting 9th in this one, and the battery mate for perhaps the best pitcher in the American League. Ethan Knight, the 26-year-old, lifelong Orioles fan, now the leader of this pitching staff. At home, he is 6-3 with a 1.84 ERA and a 0.89 WHIP. In his last game earlier this sim, he locked down his 10th win. It's now 5 consecutive seasons that Ethan Knight has won 10 wins or more. That is your starting matchup for today's game. Let me get myself active and live, and let's get us over to Camden Yards. Welcome to Camden Yards for today's edition of the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas Show. It's Commish LB here with you. Before we go to this, we had a special opening day. Oh, wait a minute. Here's what I'm going to do. We wanted to go look around the league. We got to actually have an at-bat, I think, before we get to see the result on this one. We're trying to see how Crazy Coach did on his opening day debut. We would have loved to have made that the game of the day, but our GMs were not available, so we went with an option that we did have. So let's get to one at bat before we continue. Now, you know what? We'll do the half inning and then we'll check out the out-of-town scoreboard to see that particular game. Here's the defensive lineup for the Orioles in this one. In the outfield, Alex Verdugo will be in left. Ray Ornelas is in center field, and Khalil Lee is in right. Buster Bluth is your third baseman, the Gold Glove winner. Nick Spence is at short. Michael Busch is at second, and another Gold Glover, Brandon Belt, over at first. Behind the dish is Austin Romine. On the hill, the 7-year veteran from Fairmont, West Virginia, 26-year-old Ethan Knight will make his 19th appearance on the season. He's 10-6 with a 2.40 ERA. He's gone 131 and a third innings of work. He's given up 108 hits, 35 earned runs, walking just a minuscule 16, and striking out 126. He has allowed 11 home runs on the year. What's this? Funny. But, yep, so there's... You don't know if Knight's greedy, but I'll tell you this. He has a player opt-out in 27. I get to make the decision if Knight continues his career there. That's the CCP way. That's CCP life. So we'll have to talk about that in the future, Brendan, but not today. All right, so Knight, 5-pitch pitcher. He throws the fastball, the slider, has the curveball, circle change, perhaps his most deceptive pitch he offers, and as well throws the splitter. Again, from Fairmont, West Virginia, drafted 5th round, 2017, by the Orioles, then probably one of their better selections of recent. He's ready to go. That'll get our game underway with Micah Bello, the Hawaiian, stepping into the box. Just turned 25 years old last week. Bello hitting .251 on the year with 7 home runs and 33 runs batted in. If you're just joining us, this is how this works. This is an online league that you are watching. This is our national broadcast game of this sim. And this sim is a live managed broadcast in chat. Sadier 420, Sean Janiak. He is our Indians GM and manager for this game for the Indians. Brendan McGuirk is our Baltimore GM. And that is Brendan3499 in the chat. Hey, Pug. So you'll be watching when no one's on base, we go right to the result. When runners are on base, I will be going pitch by pitch so I can tell the story better. I don't run a team, I just run the universe and keep things functional and upright, and I tell the story, which is my favorite part of it. We hope you enjoy. eMLB Game of the Day is underway. Instructions are in, so you'll be seeing me look this way a lot because I'm seeing what the GMs are asking me to do. They're making all the calls. Anything you see here, they're telling me where to go. Here we go. Game underway. Cheers, everybody. First pitch going to be chopped right over to first. Kind of a slow roller right to Brandon Belt. He just kind of grabs it, looks left, steps on the bag, and that's going to be the first out on one pitch on the day as Bello got fooled by an 86-mile-an-hour splitter low and in for the first out. One pitch, one out. In steps Jose Ramirez, the 32-year-old from the Dominican Republic, 13 years. We just heard in chat that the Indians may look at potentially moving Ramirez if anybody really wants to take a chance on him. Ramirez entering play, hitting .273 on the season, 19 home runs and 71 runs batted in. Again, one of 2 Indians before Lindor adds his name to the list with 300 plus home runs just as a member of Cleveland. 3-2 pitch. Gonna ground it right back to the mound. Knight fields it well to his right. He'll throw over to Belt in time for the out. That'll be 2 outs now. As in will step Francisco Lindor. Lindor, the switch hitter. 31-year-old Puerto Rican. Again, a home run shy of being the third in history, Cleveland history, to get 300 or more homers. .242 average on the year, 21 homers and 61 runs batted in. All good, Brennan. 3-2 pitch coming to Lindor. It's going to miss away, and that's going to be ball 4. Here we are, late July, 130-plus innings. That is only the 17th walk all season by Ethan Knight. That's why the man will never have a painting company, because he'll only paint the corners. 2 outs, runner aboard, and Lindor, not known for his steals, has not even made an attempt this year, long since his days of stealing 27 just a few seasons ago. Jake Bauers will be the batter. Bauers, the 29-year-old, has 5 hits in his last 6 games, hitting .253 with 18 home runs and 44 runs batted in. First pitch from Knight is going to miss. Looks just low. Yes, it was the splitter missing low, ball 1. One 0 delivery, swings and taps that one foul. Be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. And if you've never heard the story, Ethan Knight grew up in West Virginia. Before the Nationals came into town, he was a young Baltimore Orioles fan. Grew up watching the team, and when the opportunity became for him to be part of this organization, he embraced it. Insert clever message here, he says, and it screwed up the TTS. But thank you, Attica. That's a tier 2 sub. Tier 2 sub, which Jake has done some tier 2 subs of late too. That I believe I'm supposed to credit that as a +3, not a +1. So I'm going to double check on that, and assuming that's the case, that's a +3 that's going to go to Qui-Gon Jim. Qui-Gon Jimmy! Meanwhile, it's a 1-1 count here to Jake Bauers.
I am Optimus Prime.
Hey! Meanwhile, Optimus Prime is in the house as Eazy-E comes in and uses his Amazon Prime. We thank you for doing that. Just in case you didn't know, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you've got Twitch Prime. And when you got Twitch Prime, that means you can sub to 1 channel every month, basically for 30 days. It costs you nothing, but the streamer you choose gets full support. They do get paid for that. So considering all the channels that are on Twitch, I heard, now Twitch is a place of drama. I got enough drama with an ex-wife and 5 kids, so I don't want to bring any of that here. The fact that there are people that get offended that you might choose to use your Prime elsewhere.
What?
I don't get that. So when you do it here, we say namaste, because you could do that anywhere. There's plenty of better places to do it, but when you do it here, we say thank you very much for that, because it doesn't cost you a dime. We get the full perks on our end. That means you get the full perks, so you do get a boost for your player. But of course, a reminder, Sharpie. Cat's rule, just in case Sharpie's out there with his puppy propaganda. So, oh yeah, where were we? It's a 1-1 count to Bauers. The pitch. Big swing and a miss right through the fastball. Knight might have taken just a little bit off on that one. Normally throwing 94, 95, 91 on the gun there. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Attica Online, avoiding the dark side since round 1 of the 2025 eMLB draft. He did threaten that if he went beyond the first round, he was going to go to the dark side. The 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. He challenges up in the zone, and he got him.
Next.
One runner will get aboard, but that's all that'll happen. First strikeout on the day for Ethan Knight. Side is retired. Cleveland gets nothing. Orioles coming up. Before we get ready to do that, though, let's take a very quick peek over in Toronto, as we wanted to see how our community-created player friend, Crazy Coach, was doing. I keep pressing the wrong button. Toronto's game is done. It's a 7-1 victory. Yay, Crazy Coach. Congratulations. He got his first career win against the Toronto Blue Jays. 7-1, holding the Jays to just 3 hits. We'll take more of a peek here. He went 6 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run. It was a home run. He walked 1 and struck out 3 through 80 pitches to get his first win of his career. The home run was Aaron Judge, so that's not terrible. Yep, everyone if you're sub to Crazy Coach's channel, you might as well use his Crazy Coach emotes here. Hold on, I'll do my own. My favorite. We'll use the Crazy Coach emotes to congratulate Crazy Coach on his first career eMLB victory. He then went on Twitch after his game and streamed wrestling for 6 hours, which is probably true. So, alrighty. Bottom of the first here on the eMLB game of the day. It is the Cleveland Indians in the outfield. Let's go check out the defensive alignment for the Indians before we go. Micah Bella is in left field. Connor Scott is your center fielder. Drew Waters out in right. A lot of good arms out in the outfield. Run at your own risk. Jose Ramirez will be your third baseman. Francisco Lindor is over at short. Tyler Freeman over at second, and Jacob Gonzalez, the second baseman, normally is over at first in this one. Bo Naylor is behind the dish. On the hill, the 26-year-old from San Antonio, Texas, Joe Goodman. Goodman, in his rookie season, just his 6th career appearance, former Oklahoma Sooner, drafted in the 3rd round by the Indians back in 2021. He is 0-1 with a 3 ERA, 27 innings of work, giving up 24 hits, 9 earned runs, just 1 home run allowed so far in his career. He's walked 14, struck out 20. Ground ball specialist, throws fastball, sinker, and a changeup. With him ready, let's get Michael Bush into the box to lead us off. Bush finding some good success from the leadoff spot here of late. The 27-year-old from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. .326 average, 11 home runs, and 43 runs batted in. Itch. You know why? I haven't shaved, so I'm fuzzy. 3-0 pitch. It's going to come low and in, and Goodman will walk his first batter he allows. Bush is going to get aboard. Cardinal fan with amazing wisdom. A team is going to win this game. That's why you guys are the best. Because you just enlighten me with things I never know. So I appreciate that. Alex Verdugo, not a guy you want with runners on base. Verdugo, the current American League batting leader, .361 to this point with 13 home runs and 38 runs batted in. I did see that OTP 23 does have ties. There won't be ties here. First pitch to Verdugo. Will be a changeup that misses low for ball 1. Ties in OTP 23 should be broken with a home run derby. That could be interesting. Again, Verdugo, already a two-time National League batting champion, and he was the 2021 National League MVP. 1-0 pitch fired at the knee, strike one. Fired in the zone at the knees. He's not firing at the knees. That would sound painful. Again, Verdugo is trying to show that he has the ability to hit pretty much anywhere as he looks to get his third overall overall batting championship, 2 in the National League, 1 in the American if things hold the 1-1. Lifted into left field, coming in to shallow left. Micah Bello gets the ball, makes the catch for the first out. That'll bring in the former #1 overall pick back in 2019, Buster Bluth, community-created player of Siekski, who I've been talking with again of late. Don't think she was able to make it here today. Bluth, her third base switch hitter. Kind of a poor man's five-tool player. .274 average with 7 home runs and 39 runs batted in. We're dueling in the chat today. First pitch from Goodman. Gonna miss just on the low outside part. 1 ball, no strikes. Of course, Bluth won the Rookie of the Year back in 2021 for the Orioles, and has won the last 2 Gold Gloves over third base, and is well on the way to the 3rd Gold Glove with where the zone rating is at this point. The 1-0 pitch. Checks the swing. They'll appeal down to third. They say no down there at third. 2 balls, no strikes. .2-0 delivery fired in there, called strike one. With that hook hand, huh? Hey, Scott. The 2-1 pitch lined into right center field. That's going to get down. That's going to be trouble. Taking the wide corner, brakes put on all of a sudden from the hard throw in by Drew Waters. Bush is going to stop at third. Again, run on this outfield if you dare. Great arms all over the place. Buster Bluth will pull into second with a 1-out double. It's his 22nd double on the year. Got 2 runners in scoring position, and things don't get any easier as here comes the suspense. New York native Nick Spence, the 23-year-old, hitting .301 with 16 home runs, 41 runs batted in, currently with a 3-game hit streak. Let's hope Fluffy's powered up. Hit that boss battle. It's got to be all the changes you made to the park, Brennan. I did see how that looks, and I did see how MLB The Show did not adjust the ballpark for the change made by the Orioles. Shift is on against Spence. First pitch at the knee, strike one. Goodman being tested quickly here. Tyler Freeman playing straight behind the bag at second base. Just Jacob Gonzalez is standing on the right side. The show sucks and the devs are lazy. Well, unfortunately, someone was going nuclear in the OOTP Discord yesterday, kind of saying that that was OOTP. I don't agree. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss. He went up in the zone, challenged him, and Spence could not catch up with it. 91 on the gun there. Wow, Sylvan already got the Camden Yards mod. Cool. Brendan made his own adjustments. He paid Team Cash to adjust this stadium, so things are about 10 yards deeper out here. I think it's reflected here. Very cool. Yeah, same. If MLB The Show still had year-to-year saves, I would be starting to do some MLB The Show broadcasting for you guys to watch kind of the eye candy of what you watch here on the eMLB universe. The eMLB on the show would have been secondary, but it would have been another extension for you guys to follow on. 0-2 pitch from Goodman. Tries to go away, but a little too far. Out, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Spence missed a little bit of the season earlier. He's had a little bit of issues with some back spasms. He missed a good month and a half due to those back spasms, but he has been hitting pretty solidly. 305 with 5 homers in this month of July. The 1-2. Jam shot over to Gonzalez. He's going to play it, throw it to Goodman covering. They will get the second out, but meanwhile coming in is Michael Bush to score. Buster Bluth will sneak down to third. It'll be an RBI ground out for Nick Spence. 42nd RBI on the year. Baltimore will take a 1-0 lead. Hey, Pirate, I see your bet. The Sadier should have that. It's still a first inning bet. 2 outs now. In comes the baby giraffe, first baseman Brandon Belt. 37-year-old Brandon Belt still showing he's got it. 242 average on the year. 5-game hit streak to this point. 2 homers and 5 RBI in that period of time. For the year, 10 home runs and 44 runs batted in. First pitch from Goodman will catch the outer half. Strike 1. Thank you, Sadier. Nice to have you back in the chat. I know you've been busy of late, so good to have you here. 0-1 pitch. Throws the off speed. It'll miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Goodman, the right-hander from San Antonio, Texas. Drafted by the Indians back in 2021. 3rd-round draft pick. He was the 100th pick of that draft by the Indians. He was out of University of Oklahoma. One. Swing and a miss. Boy, you could tell he was trying to launch that one. Fooled completely by the off-speed pitch. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. The 1-2. Jam shot. He'll get a piece of that as it's fouled back to the screen. He stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Another piece as he comes in with an off speed. Just got a piece of it. Fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. There you go, Scott. You got enough if you want to do a small boost. I'm sure you've met and talked with GT Sundown since. Your new Twins GM. Oh no, is that real life, John Means? Bummer. The 1-2. Just missing outside. Bo Naylor framed that one for an extra 2.5 seconds. He thought that was there. You look on eMLB Sportsnet K-Zone. We know from time to time it gets called, but that was not a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Up the middle. Placed well for the shift is Lindor. He'll throw to first. and that will retire this side. 1 inning in the books. A Nick Spence ground out is the difference in this one, as it's 1-0 Baltimore. Top second here from Baltimore as the Orioles lead 1-0 Indians. Ready to go here for the top second against Ethan Knight. We'll start it with Connor Scott from Tampa, Florida. 25-year-old, just had a 9-game hit streak and enters play hitting .273 with 12 home runs and 43 runs batted in. Got to turn pitch by pitch up. No one's on. 2-2 pitch. Hard pitch inside. Jams him hard. He got him. Second strikeout on the day from Ethan Knight. 94 coming hard and in. Just couldn't put bat on ball. Second strikeout on the day for Knight. 1 out here, top of the second. That'll put the catcher Bo Naylor into the box. Naylor been struggling of late, hitting just 123 and 57 at-bats in the month of July. Has him down to a .215 average with 6 homers and 25 runs batted in. First pitch, pops it up. Elevator shaft shot, calling for, coming in, making the play was Michael Bush. Second baseman playing like a first baseman on that one. He comes in and calls for it. Romine gets out of the way. Allows the play to be made. 2 outs now. Drew Waters will come in. Waters, the former Brave, has seen better times. The 26-year-old from Woodstock, Georgia, hitting just .218 on the year with 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Keep in mind, Drew had 3 consecutive 20-home run seasons with the Braves in the last 3 years. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Slider does its work. Third strikeout on the day for Knight. 1-2-3 inning for the Orioles here in the top second. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0. Bottom of the second, we go. Joe Goodman is your batter, your pitcher. Just 1 earned run allowed in the first inning. He'll start with the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. We'll start with Nate Lowe. Lowe, the 30-year-old from Chesapeake, Virginia. .327 average in the month of July. Has his season average up to .248 with 15 home runs and 55 runs batted in. Of course, Lowe was in a big trade last season. A lot of moving parts. Let's see. Daniel Ponce de Leon, Clay Holmes, Charlie Blackmon, Alex Guerrero were part of that deal. Miguel Rodriguez, Braden Shumick, JT Ginn, Michael Kopech, and Kyle Zurak. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in that deal. 2-1 pitch to center field. Ranging back, still plenty of room out there. Connor Scott makes the catch for the out. Khalil Lee, the right fielder, 27-year-old from Centerville, Virginia. Again, acquired in a 1-for-1 with Jinfeng Chen, who's since been moved from Kansas City. Lee enters play .273 on the air with 9 home runs, 40 runs batted in. He's signed earlier this season a 3-year extension to stay in Baltimore for $48 million total. Shift is on against Lee. The 1-0 pitch to him. Rolls it over to second. Well, deep towards the first base side, but well positioned there. Tyler Freeman over to Gonzalez for the out. 2 outs. That'll get Ray Ornelas into the box. Ornelas getting activated prior to game time. Alex Horton being sent back to the minor leagues. Ornelas, the 24-year-old from Mexico. Second year for Ornelas, hitting .281 with a home run and 4 runs batted in. He was on the placed on the injured list back on July 6th with an oblique strain. The 1-2 from Goodman. Grounded up the middle. Freeman has it right near the bag. Hard throw over to first in time to get Ornelas. And it'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Joe Goodman here. Quick second inning that we just had. On to the third. Last chance for bets. Third inning in effect now. So you can only get 25 balls of yarn if you have not bet yet. But it's your last chance for today's broadcast. Top of the third we go. Batters 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Indians here. Let's start it off with number 8 hitter Jacob Gonzalez, the 23-year-old from Glendora, California. Called up not too long ago, just .207 on the year with 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. Gonzalez was a 4th-round draft pick back in 2020 out of Glendora High School by the Indians. Oh, 1 pitch from Knight to right on a line not very deep though. Khalil Lee not too far away from it, pulls it in for the first out. You'll have no reason to call those gambling assistance lines if you don't. Funny. Hold on. Just checking in on the kiddo, making sure all is well. Again, they got an 8-hour rehearsal today, so it's one of those days. Tyler Freeman, the second baseman, will now be the batter. Freeman, 3-game hit streak for him. .241 average on the year with 5 home runs and 20 runs batted in for the 26-year-old from Rancho Cucamonga. 3-2 pitch from Knight. Third full count of the day, and that's going to be a curveball. Just misses outside. It's ball 4. Knight will allow his second walk on the day. Not often he does that. He did have 3 walks back on June 27th against the Rays in a 1-0 win. She better not ask for lunch because I got her a breakfast sandwich and hash browns, in addition to all the goodies that were there. Micah Bello will be back in. Bello, 0 for 1. That was the game of the night, you're right. Knee at the knees with the splitter, strike 1. Last time prior to that multiple walks were allowed by Knight. You had to go back to May 27th, where he allowed 2 walks in a 6-2 defeat against the Astros. It's the pressure of the national broadcast, Brendan. That's what it's got to be. 0-1 pitch. Misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 comes inside with the circle change. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hey, Mark. That's a good, that's a bet. It's a 3rd inning bet, so it'll count. Thank you for your bet. Oh, JR, don't you tease us with your num-nums. Don't you tease us with your num-nums. The 2-1 pitch at the plate. Ooh, that's a called strike 2. That's a really tough pitch for Bello to handle. Just a nasty fastball from Ethan Knight there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Freeman over at first. 1 stolen base on the air for him. Neither side really prominent in stolen bases with the exception of Micah Bello. The 2-2. Up the middle. That'll get past Bluth for the base hit. Here's the play. Sean, Sadier, do you want to signal Tyler Freeman around second base and try for third? Ball is very shallow. Freeman is a fantastic runner, but Ornelas has a great arm, and you say no. He says no, and not just no. He says,
horny no!
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Holy crap, 10 gifted subs just coming from Extreme. Thank you very much for that. Wow. As I kind of stepped on your toes there by accident trying to have a little fun with Sadier's response. Let's see, who got it? Old and Slow got it, so that'll be a half boost for him. Harris Bueller, our Toronto GM. It's Norcali who's here. Thank you for your visit. Hummus, Austin, Hummus God, our PBE commissioner, will get it. And Split Ends will also get it too. Yep, you're pretty fair because I stepped on someone's toes. It's only fair that Yosemite gets to do what he loves the most.
You idiot.
Yep, pretty much. That was Extreme gifting indeed. Extreme, thank you very much. Enjoy the day with your family. First hit on the day for the Indians just took place. Is Hummus lurking? Hummus is in the Rangers system. He'll like the little mini boost. Hey, every little bit counts, right? We've got 1 out now. Jose Ramirez trying to up his potential trade stock value here if anything's going on. He's 0 for 1 so far today. Still struggles against Knight. Now 4 for 26, but 2 home runs out of those 4. We're always having fun. I hope. First pitch from Knight. Swings and lifts it on the curveball towards right center field. Plenty of time for Nellis to make the catch. On his way for third is Freeman. He'll get in there unmolested for, it's not a sac fly, but it works close enough. 2 outs now. Freeman gets to third. Runners at first and third now. Francisco Lindor is your batter. He took a walk in his first appearance. First pitch from Knight's outside. His throw to second as Bellows on the way. That is not in time. It's going to be a stolen base. Micah Bello with his team leading 24th steal in 32 attempts. Now he'll get into second safely. 2 runners in scoring position with a 1-0 count to Lindor. Thank you again. Sincerely appreciate that. And have a good rest of your Sunday. 1-0 pitch. That was a pitch around, but it's still down the middle towards left center field. Plenty of room for Nellis to pull it in. That will retire the side, and the Indians will leave a couple in the scoring position here. 2.5 done in Baltimore. It's a 1-0 Baltimore lead. All right, bottom of the third, which as a reminder, it's the last chance for you to get your bets in for today's broadcast. Last chance to bet on today's game here before the third out of this inning. Austin Romine is going to be your batter. Romine, a 36-year-old from Lake Forest, California, enters play hitting .250 on the year with 9 home runs and 32 runs batted in. We mentioned at the top of the show that Romine is a career .231 hitter in over 1,600 at-bats. In his time, in his 2 seasons in Baltimore, he's a career .254 hitter, though, so he is enjoying life as an Oriole. Read all of your thoughts there, Brendan. That is interesting. We'll see if that changes in 23, though. 3-2 pitch to Romine. Big swing and a miss, and Goodman will get his first strikeout on the day.
Fatality.
One strikeout for Joe Goodman through the first time through the batting order. One out here, bottom of the third. Back to the top we go. Michael Bush will be your batter. He took a walk on the wild side in his first at-bat. Two 2-0 pitch. Pops it up into center field. Francisco Lindor calls for it. That'll retire Bush on the infield for the second out. Thank you for the promotion of the craft to a craft store employee. Does that include a pay raise that gets wiped out with an increase in employer required deductions? Yes, it does. Then when you become a craft store supervisor, the further raise that you get is then wiped out by having to actually pay for the samurai dogs to protect the craft store. So Alex Verdugo will be your batter. Verdugi is 0 for 1. Full count pitch. Line into right field for a base hit. Gonzalez tries to do a reach for it. Showed a little bit of awkwardness as normally a second baseman. That one sizzles by him for a base hit as Verdugo will get his first hit on the day. We've got a 2-out base runner. Buster Bluth will come into the box. Bluth had a base hit in his first at bat. It was a double. First pitch, missing up and away, ball 1. Looked like he might have tried to throw the sinker, but might have lost the grip on it, leaving it sailing high. The dogs are worth every penny with how many people they take out during the heist, huh? The 1-0. In there, strike 1. Or was that in there?
What?
Don't know if Bluth liked that call. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Hey, Serial Killer says, time to get a boost. I'll write you down as Serial K. Yeah, they umpoed you one. Fair enough. Of course, that'll get another boost over to the X-Man in Minnesota, which I think he signed. I could be wrong. I didn't double check, but I believe your player officially signed his deal. GT could confirm if that might have happened or not. The 1-1. Swings at the pitch up in the zone. He'll foul it straight back. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Buster Bluth. The 1-2 pitch. Just gets a piece of the changeup. He'll hit it on the ground foul, staying alive. It's a 1-2 count still. Pitch number 54 coming from Joe Goodman here through 3 2/3 in a moment. The 1-2. Pops it up on the infield. Bush calls, not Bush. Freeman calls for it, having PTSD from the last inning, apparently. Side is retired. No damage done. 3 innings are in the books. No more bets. Let's go to the 4th. We'll go 1 more inning before we will take our one only planned break on the day. It is Orioles 1, Indians nothing. Middle of the order coming here for the Indians in this one. Jake Bowers, Connor Scott, Bo Naylor due up. We'll start with Bowers, who's 0 for 1. 0-2 pitch. Grounded hard over to first. Well played by the gold-gloving Brandon Belt. Over to first for the out. 1 out now for Connor Scott. Scott 0 for 1 today. The 1-1. Soft liner into right field. That'll drop down for a hit. No man's land kind of hit. It didn't go opposite field, so I can't call it a duck snort, but the little Texas League bloop works for Connor Scott. He's aboard. Scott will get to first. 1 on, 1 out. Scott with 8 stolen bases on the year, caught 3 times. Career high 23 last season for him. Naylor into the box now, 0 for 1. Knight into the set. Snap throw over to first, but Scott gets back in time. He wasn't on a big lead in that one. Getting close, PJ. You're in the neighborhood. Of course, always leave yourself a little extra room so you can play mini games still. Technically, the question was asked, what does hold runner do? Technically, it keeps the runner closer, so they're not like the extra half step past the bag. So if you keep if you hold runner, it's kind of like pitch to batter. It just keeps the runner closer, so it decreases their success potential marginally. It depends also on how good the hold runner rating is of the player. If the guy's got a 2 on a 1 to 20 scale, then they're still not very good about it. Maybe they're very low, slow, and lanky. The hold runner could also be how, without you calling it, because you can't, but you know in MLB The Show, if you play, you know you can sidestep. You can do the slide step pitch from the step. So it's like that is what it is. So the better a hold runner rating, the more effective using that when you've got a runner you try to want to stop from stealing. So hope that makes sense. First pitch. It's going to miss outside. There was a check swing. They will say he didn't go. It didn't look like any chance on that. Ball 1. One 0 pitch comes inside. The runner is going. Here's the throw towards second. That one's close, but it's not in time. It's another stolen base. Connor Scott will get his 9th stolen base on the year. Gets into second now with 1 out. Naylor with a 2-0 count here. Hey, Josh. 2-0 pitch fired right down Main Street. Strike 1. Looking for something to see if I have it. Apparently not. I was hopeful. I can't even read that. Hold on, I have no idea what's going on. Dear God, I have no clue what I just walked into. Okay, never mind. I was trying to see if I could find a sound. Didn't work. Moving on. 2-1 pitch. I don't want to keep you guys. Jam shot over to second. Michael Bush ranges to his right. Has it. He'll throw over to first in time to retire the batter for the second out. Connor Scott will easily get to third on the play. 2 outs. tying run 90 feet away. Drew Waters will be the batter. 0 for 1 today, now 0 for 7 in his time against Ethan Knight. Pops it up on the right side as he goes after the first one. Michael Bush will call for it again. That will make the play, and that will retire the side splitter. Fools Waters completely. One pitch, and that is it. 3.5 in the books. Now it's Orioles 1, Indians nothing. Okay, one more reminder. This is last half inning is when I'll take my mini break just to go check on the kids, make sure all is well. Let me do that super quick here. Alrighty. Bottom of the fourth, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. I'm so used to Spence being the number 3 hitter. Sorry, Brendan. Next, Spence, Brandon Belt, Nate Lowe are coming up here for the Orioles here in the bottom of the fourth in a 1-0 good one here. Joe Goodman showing he's got the stuff, we think. Not considered highly rated according to OTP, but again, never fall into the trap of just embracing the potential ratings. I know, it's sexy to chase it, but you got to look at the stats, and that's when you can find players that appear to be what Goodman might be offering here so far. I hope he doesn't give up back-to-back-to-back home runs just by my saying that. First pitch to Spence. Swung on, pops it into shallow right center field. Coming over, making the play is Drew Waters for the first out. Whew. Sorry. I don't want commentator curse to hit in certain situations. I'm just trying to tell the story, you know. Brandon Belt will come into the box. The baby giraffe is 0 for 1 today. One of my regular orders is 3 cheese conies and an order of cheese fries. All that cheese. 3-0 pitch. It's going to come up low, and he's going to walk him on 4 pitches. Belt will head down to first with the 1-out walk. Now you're really hungry, you know. I've got a salad waiting for me for later. Which reminds me, hold on. I gotta make sure that the wife knows that I want some of the salad. Okay, I just had to tell my wife, don't eat all the salad. We get one of those big salads and split it. Don't mind me. I've just got to see if Perseus is sneaked over here. Yep. That little stinker. He's sitting out back. He's found a new spot, and I think it's because of the heat of the PC, and it's right up against the baseboard. So it's all of a sudden his new hiding spot when he's up in the office here. So, pain in the blankety blank. Because it's so hard to get him. Alright. Nate Lowe, the batter. Brandon Belt, the runner at first. Goodman. First pitch. Up and in. Check the swing. No call for an appeal. The ump says nope. He barely even flinched. So 1 ball, no strike count. One-0 delivery. Swung on, hit foul down the first base line, but yet the Goodman animation will show him just running after it like chariots of fire. Francisco Lindor playing just to the second base side of the bag in this positional setup. A lot of real estate available for Lowe on the left side. But a dead pull ball hitter. The 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Nate Lowe. The 2-1. In there, sinker a little high in the zone, but a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nate Lowe here with 1 out. We're in the 4th. It's the eMLB game of the day. Thank you for your attendance. Love having you here. Sorry for the slightly later start today. We were an hour and a half late to start due to my daughter's big rehearsals. The last weekend big rehearsal before the big show this weekend coming. The 2-2. Misses low and away. It's ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We'll keep an eye over at first. The 3-2 pitch, runners not going, swung on, lifted to the right side. Lindor is going to call for it. He'll make the play almost near the second base bag. He'll pull it in. It is the second out. Gotta think that Goodman really won well there, convincing Lau to go chasing after a definite ball 4. Instead, it'll be 2 outs now for Khalil Lee. Lee comes into the box 0 for 1. First pitch from Goodman misses inside, ball 1. They hugged it out. I saw the typo and I was trying to read it if you wanted to visit. We're going to have a mound visit here on the 1-0 count. Goodman 66 pitches in. He says, I have yet to break a sweat. He's a poet and he didn't know it. 1-0 delivery. Swings right through the off-speed pitch. Gets him strike 1. Might have been a suggestion on how to play Lee there, Moores. He came right back with some big confidence. Challenged him right in the lower part of the zone. 1-1 pitch. Fouls that sinker off towards the left side. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. 1-2 pitch is gonna miss low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 96 on the gun from Joe Goodman. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to center, almost right at Connor Scott. Barely moves over to his left, makes the catch, and that will retire this side. 1 batter left, 1 run so far scored in this game. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard. Then we'll return to Baltimore for the conclusion of this game between the Indians and the Orioles. You're watching Coffee with the Commish, eMLB Sunday Morning Baseball. We'll be right back. Coming back live, it is the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show, Coffee with the Commish edition on this Sunday. We apologize for the extended delay. Daddy Duty took over, as well as checking in with the wife, finding out how the teenager's doing. It's not 10 to 6 now. Apparently they'll be done by 4 o'clock, so that's a good thing. Out of town scoreboard before we get back to Baltimore. Let's look around the eMLB universe and see how your favorite team might be doing to this point. Top of the 4th over at Minute Maid Park, the Astros have had a tough go of it lately. They've lost 8 in a row. So far, they lead the world champion Angels by a 3-1 score. Seth Beer has done his thing. 19th home run of the season for one of my favorite name calls. as the Astros try to end that 8-game losing streak with a 3-1 lead thus far. Top 6 over in Washington as the Nationals lead the Padres 2-0. Both single home runs, solo shots, I should say, from Juan Soto and Ismael Pineda. It is 2-0 Nationals, top of the 6th. Bottom of the 5th, Fenway Park, no score between the Twins and the Red Sox. Joe Quintal making his eMLB debut and looking pretty good to this point. Top 4 at Marlins Park, Mets are leading 4-0. Not going to say it, you can see just fine what's going on out there so far. It is bottom of the 5th, a guaranteed rate field. Tigers leading 3-0 in that one. Shane Baz looking pretty good through 4 innings of work, 6 strikeouts thus far for him. Bottom of the 4th at American Family Clubhouse, and the Brewers are leading the Twins. Sorry, Jake, he's a Twins fan, but he's leading the Cubs. Brewers over the Cubs 3-2, bottom of the 4th so far. Ken Herbeck Jr. got his 24th home run earlier on, so have Christian Yelich and Nolan Arenado to this point. Bottom of the 4th at Kauffman Stadium, Rangers ahead 5-1 against the Royals. Clay Holmes started that game off. At Great American Ballpark, the Reds lead the Diamondbacks 2-0. Top 4, Elvis Martinez got his 13th home run of the year earlier on. Bottom of the 4th at Busch Stadium, it's the Dodgers 4 and the Cardinals 2. MJ Melendez did get his 11th home run on the year. Also top 2nd, no score early on in Coors Field between the Braves and the Rockies. Scores their finals elsewhere. Giants defeating the Yankees 6-4. Brad Keller will earn his 7th win on the year. Had help from Bryson Stott and Shamar Tennessee getting home runs in that one to beat the Yankees 6-4. Phillies will beat Pittsburgh in the Battle of Pennsylvania 2-1. Anthony Rizzo. What did you get selected? I might have missed. Anthony Rizzo got a home run for the Pirates. It was a solo shot. 5th on the year. Unfortunately, it is the only run that they got, as they will lose 2-1. Jamison Tyon gets the win. Willie Whip Sentner takes his first loss of his career. And finally, the final score of the day, you see it there. Seattle Mariners defeating the Toronto Blue Jays 7-1. Why don't we bring it up? Corbin Coe, the crazy coach, gets the victory. 21-year-old crazy coach's community-created player makes his eMLB debut, and he will win today. He had home run help from Joey Gallo, Xavier Edwards, and Pedro Serrano. Serrano now 29 home runs on the year. Back here at Camden Yards, it's top of the 5th. Journey of the starters. It's coffee with the commish, so that means today's special treat, since my wife treated me, Starbucks white chocolate mocha is my choice of the day. For Ethan Knight, it's been a nice treat so far. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, surprisingly. He has struck out 3, has not allowed any runs, has had a couple batters, yet the third base, though. All right, 59 pitches through his outing as well. Ready to go? Jacob Gonzalez, 8-9-1 hitters are due up. Gonzalez is 0 for 1. Haven't had Starbucks in 2 weeks. Your body is sad. I hear you. I hear you indeed. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the slider.
Emotional damage.
4th strikeout on the day for Ethan Knight as he'll dispatch of Gonzalez. 1 out here, top of the 5th. Tyler Freeman is now your batter. Freeman drew one of the 2 walks on the day by Knight. 3-2 pitch. Grounded back towards the mound, left side, throws
Baseball
it over to
right.
first for Knight. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. Knight will retire Freeman with the 3-1 for 2 outs now. Thank you for the 100 biddies, Coach Playa. Appreciate that indeed. And not saying this for you to do anything further. Appreciate you doing that. I just want you to know that every time you do a multiple of 500, so if you came back 5 different times and did 100, when you have done 500 total bits, that's a boost for you. So just keep that in mind. that I will reward you, and just keep in mind how much you've ever gifted. So any way that I get it, someone seriously wants to, they won't be notified on alerts. If someone seriously wants to do one bit 500 different times, they'll get the boost. Just FYI. Just so everyone knows how it works. Top of the order we go. Micah Bellows, 1 for 2 today. He also has a stolen base in today's game. Now 24 on the year for him. 1-0 pitch. Grounded over to first. Brandon Belt has it. He'll go step on the bag himself to retire the side. I see no drop frames, Cardinals, so apologies for any buffering happening. 1, 2, 3. Go the Indians here, top of the 5th. We're now halfway through this game. It's official. It's 1-0 Baltimore. Excuse me. I'm gonna get the throat to just relax. It's all tight like... Joe Goodman, as we continue our journey of the starters, one more time brought to you by Starbucks Coffee for today's Coffee with the Commish. Joe Goodman has done pretty good for his 6th career start in the majors, taking on one of the toughest pitchers to be matched up against. 4 innings of work, 2 hits, just 1 run allowed back in the first inning. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. He's done pretty effective. 70 pitches on the day for him. As this inning gets started, we do notice activity is starting to warm up in the bullpen for the Indians. We see Jaira Laborde and Riley Farrell starting to loosen up, as one of them will be coming in behind Joe Goodman. 3-2 pitch from Goodman. It's going to miss low, ball 4. That's going to be a walk for Ornelas. Ornelas now over at first. 1 steal on the year for him. Just for record, since I know the head is in the way, Ornelas has a 17 steal rating and a 13 speed rating. Just for reference. That's weird. The bot added the backward /S to Ataraxi's name. 30 whole balls of yarn. All right, Austin Romine will be the batter. Romine enters the game 0 for 1 today. First pitch taken at the knee, strike 1. Oh, 1 delivery. That one's low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 delivery, swings and hits that one foul way ahead on the changeup. Got swung over the ball, got piece of it as it grounds back to the on-deck circle. You got auto-modded, John. You're all good, though. Yes, don't blow him on a heist, because then it's like starting over. The 1-2 from Goodman. Checks the swing, called strike 3. He will go down. Second strikeout on the day for Joe Goodman, as he will send down Austin Romine. 1 out now as we go back to the top of the order. Michael Bush will be the batter. Is that right? Romine's gone down twice, huh? You're right, now that you mention it. And I think of it. First pitch coming to Bush is going to miss low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. pitch is a sinker in there. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now that you say it, Ataraxi, if you've been here the whole time, I have a theory. I see 2 versions of you, though. You don't have 2 accounts, do you? It doesn't look it. But on my bot, I've got your Ataraxi, but then I got Ataraxi with that. Do the points command again to see what I was talking about. It's like it's cutting you in half. Never seen that before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, but I caught that right away on my bot. 1-1 delivery is going to miss outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Okay, that'll remind me to go look again. I'll attempt to merge them together into how I see your name presented, and hopefully we get away from it. I hope that doesn't happen every time. Good one, Cito. 2-1 pitch. Checks the swing, appeal down to third. No, says the umpire. It'll be a 3 ball, 1 strike count coming to Michael Bush here with 1 out in 5th. The 3-1 delivery. Big swing. He might have been going for the downs on that one. See, there it is. This one has that \S. No idea. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Runner doesn't go. This one comes inside. Ball 4. He will walk Bush. 4th free pass on the day now issued by Goodman. Yep. Management with the heavy sigh from the Cleveland dugout on that one. And here comes the manager. That will be the day for the rookie. Couldn't get through the 5th. Did his best to stay toe-to-toe with Knight, but it might have been starting to get out of gas as he wasn't close on most of his pitches in that at-bat. Riley Farrell being summoned from the bullpen. Farrell, the 31-year-old from College Station, Texas, spent most of his time with Miami, has been with Cleveland since 2023. Enters play this year 3-1 with a 3.33 ERA. 51 1/3 innings of work. He's given up 36 hits, 19 earned runs, just allowed 3 homers, walked 22, and struck out 57 to this point. He throws the fastball in the upper 90s and a slider that bites hard and down. Keeps that ball on the ground. They could use it here. We've got 2 on. 1 out. Alex Verdugo is your batter. 1 for 2 today, but 0 for 2 against Farrell in his career. It's not Farrell, it's Farrell. My bad. First pitch to Verdugo, swings, grounded hard to first, over to second for 1, over to first in time for the double play. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Great work by Jacob Gonzalez.
Yeah, baby.
That will quickly retire the side, and the inning is over. 5 innings in the books, 1-0 Baltimore. Let's go to the 6th. Knight still in here after 71 pitches. Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor, Jake Bowers await him. Start with Ramirez, who's 0 for 2 today. First pitch swinging, grounds it over to second. Michael Bush is there. Didn't mean to make the volume that loud. Gets the play over to first for the out. 1 out now for Francisco Lindor. Lindor is 0 for 1 today. He was one of the 2 walks issued by Ethan Knight. The 1-2 delivery. To left. Coming in. Right there is Verdugo. Makes the catch. 2 outs. 2 outs now. Jake Bauers will check into the box. Bauers 0 for 2 today. Just 2 hits for both sides in this heavy pitching contest. 1-0 pitch. Hard shot into right field. This one is going high. It's going to hit very high off the wall. Bauers is going to head for 3. Here's the play. Save! Not in time. The head first slide, and he will just get in with a 2-out triple. He came as close to getting a home run on that one, just not enough loft in the ball. Hits it high off the wall. Lee had a little bit of a trouble tracking it down, and Bauers was thinking 3 all the way. First triple on the season for Jake Bauers, and he is over at third now with 2 outs as the Indians try to do some damage here. Connor Scott will be the batter. He is 1 for 2 today. First pitch he sees, swung on and lifted to first base side. It's going to stay on the infield. Brandon Belt with the easy play. That's going to be retired. Aggressiveness from the Indians is not paying off here. Womp womp indeed. 5.5 in the books. It's 1-0 Baltimore. Might as well add to it. You still want to stay with Pharrell here? Womp womp. Okay, very good. Labor is still warming up, but Pharrell is still ready to go here. He'll go for the inning to start the inning off. Buster Bluth, Nick Spence, Brandon Belt are due up. We'll start with Bluth, who's 1 for 2 today. He had a double earlier. 2-2 pitch. Ground cue shot over to short. Lindor has it. He'll throw over to first for the out. 1 out now. Nick Spence will come to the box. 0 for 2. He had the ground out RBI back in the first. Shift is on against Spence, the 3-0. Checks the swing appeal. No, they say it will be a 4-pitch walk.
Just a bit outside.
Spence is aboard at first. In case you need to know, he's a 20 stolen base rating, 9 stolen bases in 13 attempts this year for Spence. He has been dealing with back spasms this year. Don't know if that's limited his stealing ability. We're going to have a new pitcher coming in as Pharrell's day is done. It'll be Jairo Laborde coming in. The 31-year-old from the Dominican will come in to take on the next 3 batters, all lefties. Laborde, the big 6'5" left-hander, throws in the mid-90s with a fastball and a slider. He is 1-4 this season with a 3.38 ERA, 21 1/3 innings of work. He's given up 19 hits, 8 earned runs. 5 of those have been homers. Okay, got it. I will do that in a moment. He has walked just 6 and struck out 28. And a pinch hitter is being called as Brandon Belt is being sent back into the dugout. You see Tony Madrano now getting a bat. Madrano, the right-hander, coming in to take on the lefty Laborde. Medrano, the 25-year-old from Bellflower, California, hasn't been playing as much of late, with Bush being in his spot at second, but still hitting .254 this year, 10 home runs, 36 runs batted in for the rookie. He's played in 9 games last year, still classified as a rookie. First pitch from Labor. Coming inside with the fastball, misses, ball 1. Medrano, a 5th-round draft pick by the Los Angeles Angels back in 2022 out of UC Irvine. Got traded last June. He was part of the Tanner Scott deal for Los Angeles, along with Dominic Cancellieri. The 1-0. Misses away, 2 balls, no strikes. Two 2-0 pitch is in there. Spence was going. It's a called strike. The play at second is not in time. Nick Spence double digits again. It's stolen base number 10. Nick Spence, who had 38 stolen bases last year, gets his 10th. That's 3 straight seasons with 10 steals or more now for him. He is in scoring position with 1 out on a 2-1 count. The 2-1 misses away, 3 balls, 1 strike now. Three 1 pitch into right. Pulling. That will bounce on the dirt in foul territory, as Waters could not get to it in time. I just realized we haven't had I hate it when it does that. Haven't known what the wind was doing, and I haven't given it any attention. It's a warm night, a nice night. Nice night for a walk. Wind is blowing right to left at 9 miles an hour. Widgets, would you work when I ask you to? Dang it. Three 2 pitch. Grounded to short. Lindor had a ways to go forward. He'll throw it over to first in time. Meanwhile, Spence read it well enough, and he books it over to third. He'll get there safely. Now 2 outs. Runner at third. Nate Lowe is your batter. Lowe tonight is 0 for 2. Strike that. Another pinch hitter coming up. It'll be Ryan McKenna. McKenna will now come in for Nate Lowe as they battle against the left-handed Labor. Ryan McKenna, the 28-year-old from Berwick, Maine, .253 average on the year with 6 home runs and 19 runs batted in. He's never faced Jairo Labort before. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. First pitch, swinging, fouls it off. It'll be a no ball, 1 strike count. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Jammed him hard up and in. 96 on the gun. McKenna could not get it. It's no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. McKenna. Side is retired. Jairo Labort will get him out of danger, leaving the runner at third. 6 innings in the books. Let's go to the 7th. It's still 1-0 Baltimore. Okay, so Medrano, I assume, is going to second with Bush sliding over to first. That's just my assumption. as expected. Michael Bush will move over to his more familiar first base. Tony Madrano back in, stays in this game and plays second. And there's your defensive change. Ethan Knight still on the hill as we head into the 7th. 80 pitches on the day for Knight. Okay, thanks, Brennan. I apologize that I probably missed that part. Bo Naylor, Drew Waters, Jacob Gonzalez are scheduled up for the Indians in this half of the inning. Naylor is 0 for 2 today. First pitch swinging, sends it into left. That will drop in front of Verdugo for a base hit. The normal pull hitter goes late on a fastball down and away and deposits it in the left field for the base hit. Morning, good afternoon, good night. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Exactly. Don't forget Happy National Pet Parents Day. Just the 4th hit on the day for the Indians. Damn, my phone is taking off here. I'm just going to get it out of my vision. It's all news in France. All right, Drew Waters will now be the batter with Naylor over at first. Waters 0 for 2. First pitch misses low, ball 1. 4. I called that a strike because I said there's no chance in heck, but that was called strike. Waters gives a long glare back to the home plate umpire. Angel Hernandez in effect here, apparently. 0-1 count. The 0-1, that one's gonna miss and get away. That was a circle change that bounced in the dirt, and Romine could not keep it in front of him. Naylor's going to scoot up to second on the wild pitch from Knight. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count, nobody out. Naylor at second. The 1-1 is inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wow.
We would be honored if you would join us.
2-1 pitch will be swung on and hit foul as that circle change more where Knight wanted it. 2 balls, 2 strikes coming to Drew Waters. Meanwhile, Mickle or Mikkel, either one of those that you prefer. We welcome you to the Flippy Kitty Ninjas show. Thank you for hitting the follow button. 2-2. Circle change just misses low. I think that pitch was probably closer than the first pitch and was not called strike 3. Okay, thank you and welcome. Appreciate having you here. 3-2 pitch from Knight. Swings and hits that one foul. Waters stays alive here. Swing? Swing? Is that officially a pirate, Sadier?
No!
Even if it's not, we'll call it a pirate. If you had him for every time you watch Commissary Stream. The 3-2 pitch. You might have a quarter. I'm joking. Into right field. Khalil Lee is there. Makes the play. Hard throw in. No way, says Bo Naylor. He'll stay at second. 1 out now. Jacob Gonzalez is your batter. Gonzalez tonight 0 for 2. First pitch from Knight is the curveball. Finds its way in there. Strike 1. 0-1 delivery, misses away. It's ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 90th pitch of the game thrown by Knight there through 6 1/3. The 1-1. Strike 2 with a curveball up in the zone. Yeah, that's a strike according to eMLB Sportsnet K-Zone. We'll count it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Knight. Look out, that one came up and in. Got too far away from him, and it got him. That's a curveball that came up and in. Can't think that the curveball was intended to hurt him. Hit by pitch will put 2 on now with 1 out for Tyler Freeman. Freeman is 0 for 1 today. First pitch, both runners are going. Here's the throw to third. Not in time, safe. Double steal in effect. Bo Naylor, are you kidding me? Double steal for the catcher with the lead runner. Aggressive play there, just the second steal on the year for Bo Naylor. He's 2 for 2. Runners at second and third now with 1 out as the pressure's on Knight here. Activity starting to take place in the Orioles bullpen. It looks like Jeff Hartlieb and Chance Adams are starting to warm up there. The 1-0. Called strike. That was a circle change in the bottom half of the zone. It's a 1-1 count. The 1-1 delivery misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two, 1 pitch catches the outer half. It does. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a real tough spot for anybody. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bo Naylor is at third. Jacob Gonzalez is at second. The infield is in here. The 2-2 misses low and in. It's a 3 ball, 2 strike count. Could be the most pivotal at bat of this game here. The 3-2 into right. Dropping in, this is going to be trouble. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs will score. Tyler Freeman has a double. It's a stand-up double, and the Indians will take a 2-1 lead. Freeman will get RBIs 21 and 22 on the year. It's his 11th double of the season, and it's a big blow. It's 2-1 Cleveland. That's going to be the day for Ethan Knight. He's got to definitely be bummed about that. Oh, that's meant to stay. Effective game for him, but run out of gas in the 7th here. Jeff Hartlieb will be summoned here. Hartlieb, the 31-year-old from Highland, Illinois, the tall 6'6" right-hander, 4-3 on the year with a 2.92 ERA, 13 saves to his credit to this point. He's given up 23 hits, 13 earned runs. He has allowed 4 homers this year. He's walked 13 and struck out 44 to this point. Throws 3 pitches, fastball, slider, changeup combination. He can touch 100 when he needs to. We'll start off top of the order here. Micah Bello will be the batter. 1 on at second, 1 out in the top of the 7th. Indians now with a 2-1 lead. First pitch is fired in there, strike one. Hartley in his 6th season in the majors, started with Pittsburgh, also with the Brewers before coming to Baltimore. Former 29th round draft pick by the Pirates back in 2016 from Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri. 0-1 will be missing low. 101 on the gun on that one. Excuse me. That itch in the ear that just drives you nuts. Oh, I'm sorry, Minerva. I didn't even notice. The 1-1. Misses low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Freeman, runner at second. 2-1 pitch, misses low, ball 3. It's a 3 ball, 1 strike count. The 3-1 pitch catches the upper inside corner, called strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes here, 1 out. Funny. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He blows it by him, and he got him.
Hey, bada, swing, bada.
First strikeout on the day for Jeff Hartley. It's a big one. He put 100 on the board there. 100-mile-an-hour pitch. Who the, no, Hartley is not a CCP. He's a real-life player. Okay, we got 2 outs now. Jose Ramirez is 0 for 3 today. That's also 0 for 3 in his career against Jeff Hartley. First pitch comes right down the middle, strike 1. One pitch catches. Yep, says it's belt high, but it looked more at the letters. Called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 from Hartley. That one will miss low. It's a 1-2 count. If you're looking ahead, bottom third of the order coming due for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 7th. Indians looking to end a 6-game losing streak. The 1-2 pitch called strike 3. He got him. Jeff Hartley earns the strikeout. Side is retired, but Tyler Freeman with the big hit in that one gets the Orioles on the losing end at this point as they drive Ethan Knight from the game. Bottom of the 7th, we get ready to go. You know what that means.
I was born
from Wendy's drive-thru.
I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you, but you were born to rub me first.
7th inning stretch of the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show. It is the Cleveland Indians taking on the Baltimore Orioles. It's been a good pitching battle here thus far. Tyler Freeman's double is the difference in this game as we'll go bottom of the 7th. Indians lead it 2-1. New pitcher coming on for the Indians is Wesley Linares, the lefty, being summoned from the bullpen. 4th pitcher of the day for the Indians, Linares. Throws the fastball, curveball, changeup this year. 4-1 with a 2.89 ERA. 43 2/3 innings of work He's given up 36 hits, 14 earned runs, 3 have been allowed by Homer. He's walked 15, struck out 52 to this point. Doesn't throw hard, but he really knows where to locate. It is his 4th season in the majors. Linares was a former international free agent signed by the Tampa Bay Rays way back in 2014. All right, Lee is being lifted for a pinch hitter here. They're going to go with the righty, Jahmai Jones, as the Orioles continue to play the percentages here. Jones, the former Angel, 27-year-old from Roswell, Georgia. He'll enter play hitting .212 on the year with 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. He was in a 1-for-1 deal earlier this month with Josh Girdley. That's what I get for racing late last night. I was doing the Nürburgring again, but this one was a 4-hour endurance race sprint. And I did the first 2 hours. We started 30th place. We decided to be conservative with our qualifying. We started 30th. We finished 10th. We did good. Okay, no one's on, so Jones ready to go. Linares ready to face him. Hold on a sec. 1 sec. Moment of silence from my wallet. Worse, it's the debit card. So, you seen the meme with Vincent Vega coming out of the wallet, looking around like, you know, that's me. So. Need to play taps on my, you know, in my stream for when the card is taken during it, so, you know. Alrighty, now we get going with Jones. First pitch swung on, lifted by Jones over to short. What? Didn't that just look like an easy pop out? And it lands right in front of Lindor in shallow left. And Jones easily beats the throw for a double? Say what? All right. Apparently, every time Kamish has to give his card, not only does a kitten, you know, get, you know, born in the planet, unfortunately, but weird OOTP stuff starts to happen as Jahmai Jones gets what I would equate as the weirdest double I've seen animation-wise. Nevertheless, he gets his second double of the with the Orioles, his 4th on the year. He's at second. Leadoff runner is aboard. I'm confused as heck. Ray Ornelas is your batter. Cats and dogs are living together. Mass hysteria. I'm still confused. Right back. First pitch swung on. Hey, look, that's a triple. But it's registered as an out as Freeman makes the catch on the line drive. Jones will get back in safely. Will a bunt back to the pitcher be registered as an inside the park home run? Yes. Tune in, find out. Austin Romine is your batter. Romine is 0 for 2. First pitch down the middle, strike one. Brian Reynolds says, hold my beer on his triple. I did see that. That was pretty smart play by him. Oh, 1 pitch. Down the middle, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 swings and hits that one foul. It will find its way into the seats. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 from Linares, misses just outside, not by much. We've seen farther out pitches called strikes. It's a 1-2 count. Just checking to see if my landscaping guy was here. I heard what sounded like a mower. The 1-2. This is low. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Two. Slaps it foul right side, but that will be out of play. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Okay, checking on the kid. The 2-2. Misses just low with the curveball. It's a full count with Jemai Jones at second. Romine. 3 balls, 2 strikes coming. A full count pitch. Checks the swing. Appeal down to first. No, they say it will be a walk as Romine will earn first base. Hey, Billy. Runners at first and second. Oh. Billy with a boost. Billy with the boost. He got it. Michael Bush will be the batter. Bush 0 for 1 today. 0 for 2 against Wesley Linares. First pitch. Swing lifted into right field. That will drop in for a hit. Hard throw in quickly from right fielder Drew Waters. Stops Jemai Jones at third. They're going to play it safe. Bases are full of Orioles. 1 out, and the AL batting leader, Alex Verdugo, is your batter. 1 for 3 today, 3 for 5 in his career against Wesley Linares. First pitch, missing inside, ball 1. Boss battle. The 1-0. Swings and hits that curveball foul. I think he tried to size that one up to be a grand slam, but he missed it. This season, Verdugo is 1 for 6 with 4 RBI in bases loaded situations. The 1-1 to left field. This one is hooking against the wind, and it will hook foul. Actually, it goes with the wind as the wind pushed that more. Look at that. Look at that hype selling. Lance McCullers with a great start right before the deadline. You want him. Count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases full of Orioles here in a 2-1 Indians game. The 1-2 pitch. Misses outside as he tried to get him to chase. It's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. The 2-2 pitch. Misses away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jahmai Jones is at third. Austin Romine is at second. Michael Bush is at first. Bases loaded situation here. 44,000 plus in attendance on their feet at Camden Yards. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. He got him.
Emotional damage.
Linares throws a curveball up in the zone, completely freezes Verdugo. He will leave the bat on the shoulder. The bases will remain loaded. A huge second out here. 2 outs now. Buster Bluth will come to the plate. He will go to the right side for the first time today. The switch hitter is 1 for 3 today. He's 2 for 4 against Wesley Linares. First pitch will miss low. Ball 1. The 1-0. That one will miss inside. 2 balls, no strikes. It's a heck of a game so far. I like these fun ones where it's really close. Keeps us engaged. Two 2-0 pitch to Bluth. Misses inside. I did see your instructions, Sadir, so I did press that button. But it's ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. No place to put Bluth here. The 3-0. There's a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 7th, the pitch. Into right field. Right in the direction of Drew Waters. He will make the catch. And the Indians will leave a plethora of birds on the base paths. 7 innings are done. It's Cleveland 2, Baltimore 1. eMLB game of the day. All right, defensive changes. Where do you want Jahmai Jones? I think you may have said already. Let me double check. Just said Jones for Lee originally. Jones will be in right. Okay, so Jones goes to right field now, replacing Khalil Lee. Keeping Hartlieb in, double checking that. Hartlieb will pitch to Lindor. Okay, first things first. Say here for next inning, you've got Spence, Medrano, McKenna coming up, 3 right-handers that are due up next inning. Okay, Francisco Lindor will be the batter against Hartlieb. He is 0 for 2 today, 1 for 4 in his career against Chef. The 0-1 pitch will be softly lifted into left field. That'll get through for a base hit. Nice little flare shot the other way. Easy will go with the boost. Only downside of doing a boost right there is you only have 1 ball of yarn. Oops, I got you earlier. So congrats on the boost. Won't be able to do any boss battles or heists until you get some more. Well, heists you'll only be able to put 1 ball of yarn in. So Lindor is aboard, 6th hit on the day for the Indians. We're going to have a pitching change as Bowers, 3 lefties are coming up. So here comes the lefty, Ben Bowden, who was starting to warm up earlier in the inning. I don't think I mentioned it, though, but I was told it. Ben Bowden, the 30-year-old from Lynn, Massachusetts, former a Rule 5 draft pick from the Colorado Rockies back in 2021. Fourth season now in the majors for him. He's 4-3 with a 3.88 ERA, 4 saves to his credit this year. 51 innings of work. He's given up 57 hits, 22 earned runs, 7 have been by homer. He's walked 20 and struck out 48. He'll throw the mid-90s fastball, pretty excellent changeup, and a pretty solid slider. Bowers comes into the box still, 1 for 3, 1 for 4 against Bowden in his career. First pitch from Bowden will find its way in the middle, strike 1. Oh my God, my nose is so itchy. Oh, 1 delivery is going to miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Checks the swing. Ump says no need. It's in there. Strike 2. I don't think Bowers liked the call there.
Say what?
Kind of in agreement with him, but the ump calls it a strike all the way. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Been pretty inconsistent throughout the day. The 1-2 pitch. Pops it into left field, but this one is going with the wind, and Verdugo will not be able to get there. It is a 1 ball, 2 strike count. The 1-2 pitch. Misses low with the changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh my God, my nose is ridiculous right now. Signs I need to shave even when my nose is bothering me. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded to first. Bush has it. He will play it safe as that was not hit hard. He'll retire Bowers, but Lindor will speed over to second safely. Runner in scoring position, 1 out here for Connor Scott. Scott 1 for 3 today, 1 for 3 in his career against Ben Bowden. First pitch. Misses low, ball 1. One 1-0 pitch will also miss low, about the same location. 2 balls, no strikes. Couple of sliders that looked very similar. Pretty much. And I'm going to have to get all used to a brand new version of the game for next season. The 2-0. It's a ball. I did see your instructions, Brendan. 3-0 pitch. Scott watches it all the way. It's in there. It's a 4-pitch walk. Lindor stays at second. Scott now joins him at first. We've got 2 on, 1 out. Bo Naylor, the batter, 1 for 3 today. The pitch, runners are going, the throw to third. This one is going to be in time. He's got him dead to rights.
No, God!
Austin Romine has not thrown out many batters this year, but this time he will get Lindor on the attempted double steal. Scott will get down to second. No credited base for him, though. 2 outs now. Runner at second for Naylor on a 1-0 count. Pitch will miss low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Two 2-0 delivery fired right in there. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 delivery misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike. I wish my nose would seriously stop itching. It's ridiculous. It's very distracting. The 3-1 delivery. It's in there. Called strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Scott is at second here. See action in the bullpen for the Orioles. Blake Wyman, Curtis Taylor warming up. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fools him with the fastball low and down low. Looked like ball 4. It ends up being strike 3. Side will be retired. Indians will stay in the lead 2-1. Bottom of the 8th we go. Okay, new pitcher coming in. Linares' day is done. 5th pitcher on the day for the Indians will be Taj Bradley. Bradley, the right-hander, 24-year-old from Stone Mountain, Georgia. 5-2 on the year with a 3.34 ERA. 29 2/3 innings of work. Has given up 25 hits, 11 earned runs. 3 have been by homer. Has walked 17, struck out 37, throws upper 90s with the fastball, sports a curveball and a changeup with it for Bradley. 4th season in the majors for him. Former 5th round draft pick by the Rays out of Redan High School. He'll start against Nick Spence. We got Tony Madrano, Ryan McKenna due to follow. Spence 0 for 2 with an RBI. pitch. Swing and a miss. Throws the 97-mile-an-hour pitch right by him. First strikeout on the day for Taj Bradley. 1 out now. As he retires Spence. Tony Madrano comes into the box. Madrano is 0 for 1 today. The 1-1. Sends it up the middle. That's going to get by for a base hit. Freeman tried to get to it and makes a leaping attempt up right past the bag, but he couldn't get there in time. Madrano will get the base hit. Just his 5th hit on the day, or the 5th hit on the day for the team, rather. As Madrano gets aboard. Just for reference, it's a 10 steal rating, 11-10 for his ratings. Just for reference. 1 out, Ryan McKenna is the batter. Looking for clarification. First pitch, he squares away to bunt, grounds it down to first. Gonzalez has it. He will cover for Freeman. That'll be recorded as a sac bunt for McKenna. Madrano will get over to second now. Jahmai Jones will be the batter. Jones 1 for 1 today. First pitch misses outside. Yep, it did. Ball 1. One 0 pitch right down the middle, 98 on the gun. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fair enough. The 1-1 delivery is in there. Strike 2. That's a pitch they hit 100 on the gun. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Bradley. Pops it up towards the right side. Just on the outer grass is Tyler Freeman. He'll make the catch. Side is retired. 8 innings are done here in Camden Yards. What a pitcher's battle we've had. We'll go to the 9th inning. Indians lead it 2-1. Back for the conclusion. Welcome back. Alrighty, another pitcher coming on. 4th pitcher of the day for the Orioles. This time Curtis Taylor coming in. Taylor, the former Red, the former Ray, back in the American League East. Taylor, 3-4 on the year with a 3.27 ERA, 19 saves to his credit this year. He's given up 38 hits, 15 earned runs, 5 have been by homer, walking 14 and striking out 48. He'll throw the upper 90s pitch with a sinker, also sports a changeup and a slider. Taylor ready to go. Drew Waters is up. He's had a tough day at the plate. 0 for 3. 1 for 3 in his career against Curtis Taylor. 2-2 pitch. You got enough to summon Lion-O there, Extreme. Pops it up into center field. Coming in to make the play, Ray Ornelas. He'll have it for the first out. Jacob Gonzalez will come in. Gonzalez today is 0 for 2. If you're looking ahead at the bottom of the ninth, you've got Ray Ornelas, Austin Romine, and Michael Bush are scheduled up. Holy crap. That just like scared the bejesus out of me. Jedi Cats. Thank you, Jason. Absolutely scared the badunk out of me. Let's see. Punk gets a gifted sub. Buffalo Jack got a gifted sub. Both of them are in our Discord, I know. Thank you for the gifted sub there, Jason. Appreciate that. 5 gifted subs have been passed out. Bonnets all over the chat. All right, back to Gonzalez with 1 out here. Top 9, 2-2 pitch from Turner. Well struck into right center field. This one's going back, way back, and it is gone. Jacob Gonzalez goes deep. The rookie into right center field. 421 feet later, it's his 3rd home run on the year. 3-1 Indians. What a poke. First home run on the day. No wind worry about there. One of the deeper parts of the park, too. No doubter. I think the only park that wouldn't have got out of is Yellowstone, right? We know that joke. Tyler Freeman will be the batter. He is the original hero with the 2-run double back in the 7th. 1 for 2 today with 2 RBI. The 0-1 pitch to right field, ranging over to his right, but well-positioned Jahmai Jones will make the play for the out. 2 outs now. 5th time around the batting order. It's too high. The trajectory of the ball is too high. We know the rest of that, how that one finishes. Mike Cabello, 1 for 4 today. First pitch he sees, he'll swing on and pop it up left side over to third. What? Buster Bluth somehow apparently couldn't make the play over his shoulder. I love what it says. Down the line to short left, very high pop-up. Someone needs to take responsibility out there. Bello has a hit, nothing else. Just what we saw. So the wind apparently makes enough of a difference for that ball to land. We're just seeing some crazy
What's your language, bud? We're on the air.
stuff. That's all we're seeing. Holy crap. That's all I can tell you. Base hit for Bello. 8th hit on the day for the Indians now. Ramirez will be the batter. He's 0 for 4 today. What a crazy play. That's 2 in this game. First pitch will miss low, ball 1. All right. You know what? I think because it's that kind of day and we've seen 2 extremely weird base hits, I think there's only one way. There's only one way. All right. Let's see if we can finish with the zany hijinks. The 1-0. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Dear God. Meanwhile, Curtis Taylor be like, boss battle. It is a well-known fact that the humidity and the heat radiating off the warehouse causes the ball to defy physics. All right, we're going to call that Utah Street hijinks. That's what we'll call it. Two-0 pitch. Floats a changeup in there. Strike 1. The 2-1 pitch is, well, apparently that's at the letters. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We still didn't get Hong Kong food. We saw a balloon flying in the air and got distracted. Yeah, for all I know. The 2-2. In the dirt. Ramirez did look like he was going to commit to the swing, but he did not. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bello will be off on the pitch. The pitch, runner goes into center. Going back, but still staying in front of the warning track is Ray Ornelas. He will make the catch, and that one will retire the side. The home run from Jacob Gonzalez has extended the lead. A little bit of insurance for Cleveland. Bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Orioles. They trail by 2. It's 3-1. Taj Bradley is staying in. Chris Wilson is warming up in the bullpen. Bradley ready to take on Ray Ornelas. Ornelas today is 0 for 2. Never faced Taj Bradley before. 1-1 pitch. Grounded over to third. Ramirez has it. He'll throw to first, and there's the first out. Okay, Romine was just looking to see if you were going pinch hitter, but Romine will be the batter. Romine 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch he sees, he'll swing and pop it into right field. It's shallow, having to hurry Drew Waters, but he will get there in time. And the Orioles are down to their final out. Orioles in danger of losing this one to the Indians. Indians looking to end a 6-game losing streak. Michael Busch will be the batter. Busch 1 for 2 today. Grounded towards third. Ramirez on the line. Hard throw to first. In time. Beats him by a half a step. And this game is over. Boy, was that a close one right there at the end. But the Indians will end their 6-game losing streak as they will defeat Ethan Knight and the Baltimore Orioles by a 3-1 score. As we come back to look at the box score here, Indians win their 38th game on the year on 8 hits. They really stymied Oriole bats. Orioles had been very potent here of late. They did come into this game first in the American League in slugging percentage, but could not get the key hits when they needed it. Mike Cabello goes 2 for 5 today. The middle of the lineup from Lindor down to Bo Naylor, each with base hits. Jacob Gonzalez and Tyler Freeman, the 8-9 batters, do most of the damage on the day. They go 2 for 6. You had a double and a home run in that and 3 RBI. That was the difference in the game. For the Orioles, just 5 strikeouts on the day for them. Top 3 in the lineup get base hits. Michael Busch, Alex Verdugo, Buster Bluth. Tony Madrano came in with a pinch hit base hit. Jahmai Jones also 1 for 2 on the day. Everybody else could not solve. Joe Goodman and company. Goodman does not factor in the situation, but Ethan Knight does take the hard luck loss there. Knight went 6 1/3, giving up 5 hits, 2 earned runs. He walked 2, struck out 4 through 98 pitches, but he will fall to 10-7 on the year. Joe Goodman, 6th career start for him in the majors. He went 4 1/3. He gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. That was back in the first inning on the ground out from Nick Spence with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Did allow 4 walks, so he struggled with the control. 2 strikeouts on the day. Through 87 pitches, lowers the ERA down to 2.87. So nice work from Goodman. Just doesn't factor in the decision as he couldn't stick around long enough. Riley Farrell had a perfect inning. Jairo Laborte, the benefactor, coming in at the right time, getting 2 outs, 1 by strikeout. He gets the win, improves to 2-4 on the year. Taj Bradley gets 6 outs in the 8th and 9th, striking out 1 and allowing just 1 hit to earn his 2nd save of the season. Who would be the player of the game on that one? Would it be Gonzalez? Freeman? No, Ethan Knight. I never get this game. I never get it with its decisions on player of the game. I mean, Knight pitched well. Goodman's game score was only 4 points less than Knight's, 57-53. Crazy. All right, 1 sec before we go check the out-of-town scoreboard one last time and then head us off. Ah, yay. Okay. I'm going to send you guys over to Gorgo after. The Gorgalicious Booty Whomper we'll go over to. Let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we do that. So again, Seattle this afternoon beating Toronto. We checked that game earlier on as it was the debut of community-created player Corbin Coe, the crazy coach. Gets his first career victory in the major leagues as he defeats the Blue Jays 7-1. He went 6 innings. He allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run. It was the home run to Aaron Judge. He walked just 1 and struck out 3. Effective day for Coe as he gets his first victory in the majors. Giants defeat the Yankees in interleague action at New York. Brad Keller goes to 7-4 on the year as the Giants beat the Yankees 6-4. Game of the day you watched was the Indians take on the Orioles. Jacob Gonzalez with that late inning insurance in the ninth. The Indians come back to defeat Ethan Knight and the Orioles 3-1 in that one. Astros will end their 8-game losing streak as they will defeat the Angels 7-2. Forrest Whitley gets his 7th win on the year. Seth Beer early in the game with his 19th home run on the season. Tigers defeat the White Sox 4-3 with the help of Jacob Lagunas, community creative player of our now deceased friend Terry Lagunas. Shane Baz gets the win, his 3rd win on the year. He's 3-3 now. David Leal earns his 17th save for the Tigers. Red Sox will defeat the Twins 3-2, but they needed 13 innings to do it. Darwinzon Hernandez will get the victory, 3-1 on the year for him. Red Sox now 18 games over 500 on the year. Rangers defeat the Royals 7-2. Brett Martin now 11-6 on the year for him. 17 hits on the day, none by homer for either side. Rays defeat the Athletics 4-1. Jim Giesler improves to 9-6 on the season. Just 3 hits on the day by the Rays, but they score 4 runs and they'll win that game. Excuse me. I need a nap today, I think. Phillies defeat the Pirates 2-1. Jameson Taillon defeats his old Pirate mates, gets his 5th win on the year. Hands Whip Sentner his first loss as a major leaguer. Will Smith, I won't say it, Will Smith slaps his 27th save on the year. I said I wouldn't say it, but I said it. Poor dude. All the jokes that Will Smith must be getting these days, huh? Nationals beat the Padres 2-0. Well, I could have said Will Smith rocked the Pirates for his 27th save, but same thing. Nationals defeat the Padres 2-0. Again, Noah Murdoch does get his 9th home run on the year. A couple solo shots by the Nationals. Juan Soto and Israel Pineda helping beat the Padres 2-0. Marlins will end the 12-game losing streak with 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th to defeat the Mets 6-4. And you saw Denver girt the bullpen. Tony Santillan will take the loss. Riley checks himself and gets the save. 22 on the year for Self. 6-4 victory for the Marlins. Brewers will defeat the Cubs 9-3. Javier Felix helping with the victory there. 4-4 on the year as he beats Justice Sheffield. Home runs aplenty for the Brewers. Nolan Arenado, Christian Yelich, Darius D-Mac McKenzie, all with home runs. Kent Herbeck, his 24th in the losing effort. Reds defeat the Diamondbacks despite the Diamondbacks getting 5 runs in the top of the 8th. Lance McCullers will get the victory, 7-6 on the year now. Had home runs from Ryder Jones and Relvis Martinez for the Reds. Aaron Cross got his 14th in the loss. Dodgers will defeat the Cardinals 7-6 with a couple of runs in the top of the 9th. Sam Tui you could go on and on and on and on. He's 2-0 on the year as he gets the victory. Jose Leclerc blows the save, takes the loss. Dodgers win 7-6. Finally, Braves will defeat the Rockies 6-3. That is Tristan Beck. I knew better. Tristan Beck gets the win. It's not Thomas Klaus. It's Corbin Klaus. It's definitely not Hans Kraus. It's Corbin Klaus getting the save, his 3rd on the year. Austin Riley, his 9th home run on the season. All right, I'm going to do the advance. We'll check the injuries super quick. And I'm going to set you guys up to go right over to Gorgo after this as he's doing the drops. I will do the other game offline. And then again, this week, our schedule, back on our usual schedule. Tomorrow, we will do 3 days. So tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we will do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I will double check. This may be a weird week. Again, the whole rehearsal thing. I'd have to pick my kid up at 9 o'clock because it's right in the middle of bedtime on a school week. My kid, I'm probably going to have to go get him because she doesn't have her license yet. So because of that, there's a pretty good chance. I don't want to pause or freeze the stream for 30 minutes. I don't want to put an intermission up for 30 minutes, if you know what I mean. So it's very likely that we may just do what we'll call normal sim, which is not have a featured game. I will let you know very shortly. I have to double check if that's the case. So let's check the injury report. But the sims this week will be done on Monday at 7, Wednesday at 7. Trading deadline is 6 o'clock. Tuesday night, sharp Eastern Daylight Time. Don't try to play the, you didn't mean Pacific Time, right? I always mean Eastern Time. All right, so Adam Kloffenstein pulled his abdominal muscle. It's a minor injury. He'll be fine. Yeah, nothing major. Nothing major. All right, so there's the standings after the game day 6. I'll do one more day offline, but for now, I'm going to set you up, head you over to Gorgo. So, what do we like to say? Oh, nothing fancy. Just back to the litter box I go. Fluffy Kitty Ninjas do assassinate, and you're looking at their victim. So next time I can find some glue and tape, put my head back on straight, and we'll be back in front of you, summoning the Thundercats. Whole slice. Thundercats have been summoned right at the end here from PJ, who gets his mega boost. We'll give him full credit for that, you better believe. But for now, Commish LB wants to remind you how you think directs your life. When you think your best, you're going to be your best. So please go and do your best. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, which hopefully is beautiful where you are. We'll see you soon tomorrow night. Regardless of whether or not there's a game of the night or not, we'll be here 7 o'clock. See you then. Peace.
You jackass!